And welcome to Lakeshore Academy. Today I'm going to be reviewing several different Thinking Tree journals that I haven't reviewed on my my YouTube channel, but I have already reviewed them on my Facebook group, which is Fun Schooling or Thinking Tree Peek Inside. So I already featured this in that group, but I haven't featured it yet on my YouTube. So I said today I'm going to show the inside because it's a lot more people that are interested in Thinking Tree journals, and I wanted to give this particular journal some spotlight. So this particular journal is Fun Schooling for Boys, Winter Homeschooling Journal, Delight Directed Learning Handbook. As with all Thinking Tree journals, it's geared towards Delight Directed Learning, is geared towards interest, is geared towards children's interest, and the child picks 8 things from the library. They go to the library, pick up 8 books or 8 topics of things that they're interested in, and they use those books in order to complete this journal. One unique thing about it, they do not have to necessarily keep to those same 8 books. Say, for example, like with my son, when we start a journal in the beginning, he's interested in all 8 books. Sometimes he continues with another book, but then he adds on different books as his interests change. That's one thing that I like. I can be versatile. But anyway, this particular journal, what I like about it is the circle today's date. Sometimes as we homeschool, it seems like one day and one month just run into the other. But here it helps to keep the child focused. It helps keeps the child aware of what month it is, what day of the week, what year, because they're constantly working with it. So here you have the months of the year, the date, the day of the week, and the year. And they'll know this particular day they did X amount of work. So it has this, and then they have a therapeutic coloring page. Then you have nature study where they go outside and they learn about nature. And I love this in particular where they can like plan their meal for that particular day, or even just keep a journal of what they ate for that particular day. Did they like it? Did they try something new? You have your reading time, which is for 1 hour. I usually do 15 minutes per box. So say, for example, my son don't always use 4 separate books. Like if he's in a big, thick chapter book, I actually let him do is like highlight each chapter that he's reading. So if he's reading a book with 8 chapters, I have him highlight chapter 1 here, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and so forth. Then we also have this page called Learning Skills. I really like this because it encourages the child to be more creative. Say, for example, you have a child that's not naturally creative. They're not naturally take the initiative on certain things. Well, this particular page really kind of makes them think about something that they haven't done or something that they want to learn how to do. It really helps them focus and get centered in on something that they really want to learn. And then, of course, some more therapeutic pages. It starts over. It says, this is unique spin on it, your to-do list. Instead of just writing everything down with a regular check-off to-do list, you have my illustrated to-do list, and you can just write in what you want to do. One particular thing that I absolutely love about Thinking Tree is that it's not, with the spelling part, it doesn't do traditional spelling. So like, for example, for spelling time, the child is directed to find 20 words with 7 letters. So they look around in those books that they picked previously, or in my case, I also let my child go through the house and look for not only things in their books, but words around the house as well to make it interesting. We've flipped back and forth from doing that way to also looking in the books as well. Then they have the film study. Watch a documentary, educational program, or a movie, and then they document or write about their perspective on that particular thing that they watched, and they write what I learned. This is copy work. the copyright page, you're supposed to use your books that the child decided they want to use with this particular journal, and they write something interesting, or they can just simply copy a paragraph that they really enjoyed in their reading, which is good. And while they're doing that, they're actually learning grammar at the same time and not even realizing it, because I have my son copy it just the way it is in the book, and then after that, whatever he chose, we go over that paragraph, and then I have him focus on the commas, the semicolons, whether or not the character is talking in that particular paragraph that he chose to write about. So we actually breaks down and talk about that particular paragraph that the child or that my son chose to write in that particular section. Then it says write and draw about something that really happened. So here they can become their own author and write and get their thoughts out. My son has trouble with just writing, putting his thoughts onto paper because of his dysgraphia. So what I do, I let him use an app that helps him. He talks to it, text to speech, and it writes out everything that he has to say, and then he corresponded. He puts it in the book after he get done with it, so that it won't be that stressful for him, because he's very expressive with his words, but he lacks expression when it's written, when he has to write it. So that's what I particularly do to help him with this particular aspect of the journal. And then it starts over. I love this part about how to design something. So again, if your child has a problem with being creative or coming up with ideas, or even having that little having initiative of being or thinking outside the box with design and stuff like that, this makes them think about it, and then they can design something, which is super cool. More therapeutic pages. This particular page is their thinking page, so to speak, where they think about their ideas, their goals, what they're thankful for, their checklist of things that they want to do. Did they accomplish that? It's basically, in my opinion, a page of self-reflection. And then you have the nature study, and then it repeats. So again, I just want to give this particular journal some love, because I really, really like this journal. And one unique thing, although it's geared towards winter, you do not have to use this book just in the wintertime. Like right now, it's winter, and my son's working in the Active Boy Spring Journal. So you have flexibility. You can use the journals as the way that you see fit for your particular family. The child is interested in the spring journal and it's winter, let them use it, because they'll be able to they'll enjoy it better. Okay, this is Tina from Lakeshore Academy, and I just want to give you a sneak peek, or really explain how I use the particular journal. Oh, and I'm so sorry. This is one page that I really love. How throughout the book it has different dogs that you can learn about, and you can do research on each individual dog. However you pick to choose, however you would like to do it, it's fine. But I really like that feature of this book too. And so I'm just doing a quick flip through so you can see some of the stuff that's in this book before I end this video. All right. Well, this is Tina from Lakeshore Academy. Have a great day. Bye.